In the comfort of my own home. It's amazing what we can create when we don't feel like we need to make money. It's amazing what comes forth when we don't feel like we're in a place of stress, and also when we're not sucking up to anybody's version of us. It's like oftentimes for Instagram or YouTube, we're trying to suck up to the algorithm in a strange way. We're changing our ideas because we are just constantly trying to do what works so that we can grow faster. And this is actually directly against what the ancient masters taught. Having attachment to the outcome of your work is a quote from the Bhagavad Gita. Those who cannot release attachment to their work are far from the path. If you have strong personal ties to the outcome of your work, if you're seeking rewards, if you're seeking benefits, it's actually going to cloud your judgment. And what it does is it creates more attachment. So it draws you into the world. And oftentimes strengthening the ego actually is the outcome, right? So it's like maybe our account will grow a little bit faster. Maybe it'll grow a lot faster. But at what cost? Are we abandoning, right? Am I abandoning what I truly am thinking and feeling? But even more important, am I abandoning the unique downloads from God? Am I abandoning the profound and unreplicable insights that are coming from my experience? I think it's important to really look at, okay, am I just placating to the algorithm the same way that I changed myself as a child, the same way that I chameleoned myself to become, more likable? And I think that's a huge part of what sets real successful creators apart. Some of the most successful people in the world understand this concept. Millionaires and billionaires understand this concept. It's about staying true to your voice, staying true to yourself. It's something my sister taught me. I kept saying, you should make a more poppy song. I kept telling her, you should, make a more radio ready song. And she said, I just write the songs the way they come. I don't try and change them to fit anybody else's narrative, and I don't try and write a pop song. I just write what comes from my heart. I thought about that for a while, and I was like, well, you can, I think there's a healthy balance, because at the time I was thinking you can still write something from your heart that is shaped to kind of fit what people know and understand. And this is where this kind of concept becomes more intricate. Are you listening to people? Are you connecting with people? Or are you just in your own world? That's kind of the argument here is are you so full of yourself that you are not even willing to tap into effectively connecting with people? Oftentimes, we become kind of self-absorbed. So it's the other end of the spectrum is you become self-righteous, where you're just I don't need to read books. I don't need to ask my audience. I don't need to find any new insights. I don't need to learn more about music. And I think that can be dangerous too, to be at the other end of the scale where you're I only listen to myself, because oftentimes what happens is if you're only listening to yourself, you can end up going in circles creatively. So it's important to find that healthy balance. Am I learning new stuff every day? Am I implementing new ideas? Am I implementing new strategies? Because those new strategies may help you to connect with your audience at a deeper level. This is some rose mist. Super interesting. Ultimately, it's about connecting with a part of your creativity that helps you to feel aligned with yourself, right? Creativity is about connecting with that divine part of you. And I don't think that can happen unless we are sacrificing a lot of the pleasurable activities that distract us from creative energy. I just want to give you a quick example. I've been drinking coffee all week and I burned out. I didn't even have the ability to feel creative because the coffee had just sent me kind of like doing unimportant tasks very quickly. I feel like I've seen that somewhere. Caffeine, do unimportant shit very fast. That was me the last week. So I had to pull back and realize like prioritizing my well-being is critical. I was growing plants for a long time, and they just need the right amount of ingredients. They need a bit of sun, they need a bit of moisture, they need a bit of air, and they need a bit of nutrients, right? So once you get the right balance of those, the plant just takes off, right? The plant will just shoot up into the sky and just be super effective growth. This is also something that's talked about in the Dhammapada by the Buddha. He said, those who are on the spiritual path blaze past the ignorant, right? Like a fire, they become unstoppable. And so, the reason I'm mentioning this is, are you willing to give up the energy vampires that are standing in the way of your creativity? Like, can you really identify at a very subtle level the foods, the activities, the people that are either contributing to your energy growing, to your creative energy growing, or they're draining your creative energy and distracting you from creative work, offering something? So hope this was valuable for you guys. Sending you tons of love, keeping it super calm. Gonna go sleep after this. I'm super jet lagged, but gonna keep creating. So okay, love you guys. See you in the next one. Peace.